Hi everybody, it's Miss Jessica from the Tech at Lowell Branch Library here to share another STEM activity with you today. And today we are going to be doing some colorful candy science. For this experiment you will need some colorful candies. I have M&Ms. You can use any type of colorful candy you like. You could use Nerds or Skittles, any other type of candies like that. You will also need a plate, any size or shape that you have. I just have a small, clear, round one. And you need some water, preferably warm water. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of our colorful candies and we're going to arrange them in a pattern around the edge of our plate. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. So the patterns do work better, especially with smaller candies, if you put 2 or 3 of the same color together. Now that I've created my pattern, I'm going to go ahead and pour my warm water slowly into the center of the plate until all or most of the candies are covered. Now let's give it a few minutes and see what happens. It's been about a minute and it looks like the dye from the candies ended up coming towards the center of the plate and making a cool little rainbow design on our plate. What you just saw happen was something called diffusion. Diffusion is a process in which molecules travel from an area of high concentration or an area where there is a lot of their type of molecule to an area of low concentration or an area where there is not a lot of their type of molecule. So the molecules that make up the dye and the candy coating of the candies dissolved into the water and then diffused and traveled through it from an area close to the candies where there was a high concentration or a lot of those molecules that make up the dye and the candy coating to the center of the plate where there was a low concentration or not a lot of those molecules that make up the dye and the candy coating. You might also be wondering why the different colors from the different dyes are not mixing with each other as they move and diffuse through the water towards the center of the plate. This is because the different dyes are made up of different ingredients that are diffusing at different rates into the water. So each color becomes its own new solution with different concentrations of the dye and the water molecules, and they don't want to mix with each other. Eventually, as everything continues to diffuse and dissolve into the water, these concentrations will even out and become equal to each other. So the water will no longer need to diffuse or travel from areas of high concentration to areas of low concentration because everything will be equal. But those molecules are still going to want to move around. So they'll begin to randomly move around. Therefore, the colors will begin to mix. This could be a fun extension to this experiment because you can take your plate with the candies and water and leave it out for a few hours or even overnight and see how long it takes for those colors to begin to mix together, or even how long it takes for them to mix together completely into a murky brown color. You could also try this experiment with different patterns in your colors. You could try different colors and different types of candies. You can use different sizes and shapes of plates and see what kind of designs you can make as the colored dye diffuses through the water. If you want to know more about the science behind this experiment, be sure to check out the website that I've put below in the description. Thank you for coming and experimenting with me today, guys. I'll see you next time.